Hi everyone, my name is Radhika Garg. I am going to present my paper on understanding families' non-use practices and choices through lens of socioeconomic status, the case of smart speakers and smart interactive toys. The increased availability of low-cost embedded sensors with networking capabilities has led to many everyday objects today become smart devices. In this paper, we focus on two such devices, the smart speakers such as Google Home and Amazon Echo, and smart interactive toys such as Cognitoid Dino, Cosmo, Dot, Dash, Smart Toy Monkey. Both these devices are being widely adopted by families in the US. These devices share several characteristics. Both are always connected to the internet, they are interactive, and both are at least marketed to support the entertainment, educational, and developmental goals of children. Therefore, in this work I ask, what are the use and non-use practices of diverse families with children in regards to smart speakers and smart toys? We were initially open to understanding technological practices due to various factors such as race, household income, education, technological practices of parents, occupation, age of children. However, SES emerged as an axis that divided the group of participants into two categories. Therefore, we interviewed 14 parents with low SES, that is socioeconomic status, and 16 parents with high SES from varied races, different levels of education, lifestyles, and occupations. Scholars have suggested that socioeconomic factors work in concert and provide an opportunity to investigate different technological practices. Our analysis reveals socioeconomic status as the axis on which parents' technological practices could be differentiated. Therefore, we see this as one of our contributions of our work. During the interviews, we asked several questions to parents regarding daily routines, their reasons for use of smart speakers and smart toys, non-use practices prevalent in their families, their perceptions about parenting amid these devices, and if and how they stopped or limited or considered stopping or limited their use of devices. To ensure that the data collection and its analysis could mutually inform each other, we began the analysis soon after completing the first interview. To identify themes in the data, I, along with two other researchers, iteratively read and transcripts of the interviews. The analysis was done in two phases. In the first phase, the three of us identified initial themes by iteratively reading the transcripts of two participants. This was followed by all of the coders discussing the initial themes to refine and finalize with them. After 3 rounds of refining the initial themes, with follow-up discussions, the coder reached an acceptable level of agreement. To establish categories, the coders then grouped the initial themes into affinity diagrams. In the second phase, each coder then coded 1/3 of the remaining data using the previously defined themes and categories. In this phase, after every participant's transcript was coded, all of the coders met to discuss and refine the coding scheme. Finally, 4 themes were identified at the end of the 2-phase analysis, which could be grouped into 4 larger categories that I am going to elaborate on next. The first one was about learning about and adopting technology. We observed differences in the ways low SES and high SES families learned about and adopted smart speakers and toys. The low SES parents noted that purchasing smart toys required a deliberate decision, as it entailed expenditure that they could not easily afford. They recalled having saved money for weeks or months before being able to purchase said toys, or waiting for a sale. Near peers introduced most high SES parents to smart toys. Smart speakers, however, were bought out of parents' own inclination in both of the groups of the participants. Many low SES parents reported using these devices to help with after-school parental responsibilities, such as supporting daily entertainment, answering children's schoolwork-related questions, motivating healthy eating habits, reminding them to complete other daily tasks, and encouraging learning. However, only 2 SES parents mentioned occasionally relying on these devices to perform such parental tasks, because at least one parent in these devices was always available to oversee the children and help them with these tasks. The example here shows how a parent from low SES groups used Smart Monkey to manage children's activity while completing their own work. Parents across SESs discuss the need of customizability. For example, a parent noted, "There are times when I am not just available. If I am able to pre-program how the device would take care of, let's say, teeth brushing during the night, I could go and learn more or answer one more message from my boss, but still be involved in some way." We found that most parents across SESs did not include the use of smart speakers and toys in the daily screen time restrictions for their children. This was so for several reasons, such as most of these devices do not need a screen for interaction and therefore interactions were rather short-lived. The skills or games associated with these devices support children's learning and educational activities, and the devices can motivate children to attend to personal hygiene, complete their schoolwork, and play. Parents further stated that the increased visibility afforded by voice-based interactions and/or the use of devices in communal spaces such as the living areas or kitchens reduced the need to regulate children's use. While children use these devices in private spaces, something that was observed in high SES groups only, parents applied activity-specific and context-specific limits and restrictions. While parental regulation consisted of rules and boundaries that parents imposed on children's use of these devices, parents also discussed non-use, which encompassed intentionally altering, reducing, or temporarily stopping use. In most cases, non-use was self-imposed by parents and/or children. We identified 5 factors that led families to not use or limit their smart toys and smart speakers. I present 3 of those factors in this presentation. The first one was regarding technology maintenance. While intermittent problems like internet connectivity or broken devices were universal across SES families, reconnection was challenging to accomplish in low SES families specifically. For example, L3 noted, "I cannot afford the replacement card right this minute, or to be honest, for at least a year." Also, it's not like a laptop that she cannot manage without, so she just has to wait before using the device again. Parents across SESs mentioned that when they or their children were not able to understand workings of or to troubleshoot problems, they felt frustrated or angry, which typically led them or their children to stop using the technology or certain functionalities of it for a while. Parents also stated that their children choose to interact with these devices only at specific times because either they did not want their interactions with these devices to negatively impact their siblings or they did not want to be observed while showing certain emotions. For example, the daughter of one of our participants enjoyed taking difficult coding challenges on Dot, Dash, and Cosmo robots. However, the participant mentioned that she rarely coded in the company of her younger sister because it frustrated her. Parents of younger children in our sample noted that their children perceived smart toys as their companions or friends. Many of these parents also said that their children believed the persona represented by the voice of smart speakers such as Alexa is a real person. Due to these concerns, high SES parents established periods of non-use to discourage their children's attachment to the device and subsequent asocial behavior. In contrast, low SES families believed it motivated the children to use these devices for after-school activities instead of depending on their parents. In the end, I would like to discuss 2 of the design recommendations that came from our work. First is regarding supporting parenting tasks. When playing with analog toys, digital applications, and coding kits, parents are known to take several roles such as that of collaborator, teacher, bystander, and spectator. We identified a new role which we labeled encourager. In this role, parents promote the use of the devices in hope of fulfilling certain parenting responsibilities. We believe that the reason we were able to identify this new role lies in the nature of devices that were the focus of our study and in diverse set of participants. Prior work has primarily focused on high SES tech-savvy parents, and the studies were conducted in a lab environment. To help parents manage children's after-school activities, the designers of smart speakers and even smart toys should build in some capacity for parental involvement and some form of customization for the functionalities that parents use to support in the parenting tasks. For example, for a device-enabled bedtime routine, parents could pre-record their voice to remind children at a pre-recorded time to brush their teeth and guide them to do it correctly, and then to ask them for all other activities that parents want as part of bedtime routine. Second is about supporting non-use. Jensen and colleagues, by implementing the vision of high geese, which espouses the ideas of low-level lightning and minimal engagement of technology, explored the impact of electricity non-use during peak times. They suggested when design affords non-use, it leads families to achieve goals such as togetherness. Therefore, we recommend that designers consider incorporating non-use lockdown periods that could be initiated by anyone in the family, which would bar one or more family members from using a device for a certain duration of time. I would like to thank all of you for listening to the presentation, but also to my research team, Shreyas Sadagopan and Christopher Moreno, for helping me with this work, and for Syracuse University for partially funding this work. Thank you so much.